Gosh, yeah, we're going to be talking about that a bit later on. Listen, we're going to build up now to, of course, our first topic, which is the managerial merry-go-round. So you've got Spurs, Everton, Palace and Wolves, which are the big heads. 4 clubs in the Premier League, all looking for a new manager. Spurs now heavily linked.
And then what we're relegated looking for.
West Brom, yeah.
Sheffield United they just appointed theirs. So it's amazing. It's unreal, isn't it? And it could... Listen, there's plenty of managers out of work at this moment in time who could be brought in to one of those clubs. But if they take someone from another club, then, like I say, it can go mad, can't it? It can go really mad, and there'll be some compensation paid out left, right and centre. But can the clubs pay to do it? I mean, you already talk about they're cutting back on signing new players. It's going to be an interesting window when it opens. Managers not at clubs already, so they're not preparing for the season. It's a strange one, isn't it? I've never known it like this, where there's been this many jobs about in the Premier League. 4 of them.
I think if Conte goes to Spurs fans will be over the moon with that. I'm not so sure that's happening. I don't know if they're coming out with that to maybe force PSG's hand to get Pochettino. I find the Pochettino thing very strange.
Well, I went away last week on a little golf trip. Down in near Sandwich, Prince's Golf Club. I don't know if you know it, right? So I went there.
Prince's, okay. Freebie going on there, yeah?
No, it wasn't. I'm a member, aren't I? So, but I went down there, and a lot of people who were involved at Tottenham were there, and it's genuine. But they are interested in Poch, absolutely.
I think they are.
But it gets into a situation though. Just think about this: they sacked him. He's gone to PSG, expected to win the league, didn't, and now Tottenham are on about getting him back. I mean, if he comes back, he rules the roost. I mean, how can they sack him? When they've sacked him once...
Well, they can.
They can. I mean, Chelsea did it.
Yeah.
I mean, but this is stranger because they didn't actually win out with him. And he's gone away. He won a cup where he just won one game and won a cup. Lost the league. And now he comes back to Tottenham. I mean, I just don't get him being sacked in the first place.
Do you think Spurs fans would rather he or Conte come in?
I think Spurs fans would love Poch. But they did anyway. I mean, when Mourinho went in, I mean, the amount of calls we had on here on Drive, I don't know about you, people obsessed with Poch, saying he's the greatest ever.
But towards the end of his time there...
Well, they were in a terrible position, weren't they, when he left?
There was a game, was it against Brighton, where Hugo Lloris did his arm in? Was that Brighton at the Amex? I think it was. I'm getting the thumbs up. There. Spurs, that game and the games in at Spurs were like a dog with fleas. They were appalling. And that was because of Poch, for whatever reason, whether or not he lost the players, he lost the dressing room. They didn't want to play for him or he just didn't have it anymore. But towards the end of his time
double sessions and everything, what he did there, I think the players, it just got to him in the end. And then Mourinho come in. And one thing I heard about Poch as well is, but he never... like to plan. Mourinho, what he did, what the players liked to a certain extent, and I think even he lost the dressing room towards the end, but the players could plan what they were going to do next Tuesday or next Thursday. Do you know where I'm coming from? And we all like to do that. If you've got a family, don't you, a young family, no matter what job you have, you like to plan, and Mourinho was very good at that. He had it down set, really, unless something really bad happened and then they had to come in. He said, right, you're going to get next Tuesday, that's to go and spend time with your family, go and do this, go and do that, right? With Poch, they never knew until the night before.
No.
Right, you've got tomorrow off, lads, do what you want. Well, they can't organise anything at that short notice. But with Mourinho, you could plan ahead. And he was very, very organised like that. And I think that got to the players with Poch over a period of time. So if he comes back, it'd be interesting if that changes. Because a lot of the same players are there.
Well, let's put it out there because it's Spurs that we want to talk about, as well as Everton. Of course, they're heavily linked with Nuno Espirito Santo. Their talks are underway, or they're happening very soon. Palace also looking for a new manager. Wolves look like they're chatting to Bruno Lage, who's a former Benfica manager. So
work permit in it.
Yeah,
that's all the only worry on that one. So it'll be interesting. Listen, there's a lot of managers out there who are not in work. Like I saw a few people. We mentioned it yesterday. Benitez. Be a good shout for Everton. I know he's got the Liverpool link. I absolutely know that. I know we had a bit of a joke with the Gerrard situation, but we know that's not going to happen. But with Benitez, that would make sense to me because Ancelotti is a big name, right? He come into Everton, the fans were over the moon with it, and it looked like it was going to work. But in the end, finishing 10th, you've got to be disappointed. Some of the performances towards that, I mean, appalling. They threw it away. And the manager, I know he liked to blame the players, which he did, Ancelotti, didn't he? Players are going to be... He had to be better. He had to be better. For them to throw it away like they did towards the end of the season was ridiculous. But for them now, they surely need to go for another kind of big name manager to bring into the club. Because if they don't, they're going to be hugely disappointed.